and Director of Role. My name is Anthony Carlos, and welcome to my studio. I would like to begin by asking each and every single person that's here in the audience to take a moment and reflect on the work that you put in day to day, making sure that you are successful. Now, that does beg the question, how much work do you believe it would take in order to be successful at your position? Whether you're a student, a staff member, or a director, you know that what you do today will have some sort of impact on somebody else's life. Take a look at this man. Mark Zuckerberg created a tool to help everyone around the world be able to communicate with each other at any given moment. Michael Jordan revolutionized the game of basketball. He became an iconic figure who continues to motivate people to this very day. Jordan to most was not just viewed as a superstar of basketball, but a brand of the sport. And last but not least, now I know what you're probably thinking. This man isn't widely recognized as an important person, but for his country, he is one of the most important people because of one night 6 years ago. And on that night, he was able to unite his country in unimaginable ways. Let's take a look at how he did.
By Jesus Navas. Iniesta with the back heel. Jesus Navas again. Torres. Now it drops for Fabregas, who looks for Iniesta, who's onside! Spain score! They take advantage of the extra man, and they believe they're going to win the World Cup for the very first time. Robin left to rue his misses. And Del Bosque calls for calm. The question about offside.
Andres Iniesta scored the goal that helped the Spanish national soccer team win the 2010 World Cup. For a split moment, every man and woman of Spain could only feel happiness, along with an overwhelming pride for their home nation. A victory like this brings hope, not only to soccer players all around the world, but to the country that they represent. Now, after learning a little bit about these three individuals, what do you believe they all have in common? Mr. Jose Cias, what is your opinion on this?
One of the things that these three people have is that they all have achieved great things in their life.
Mr. Francisco Guzman, what is your opinion?
They all have worked hard to get to where they are.
Thank you both for sharing your responses. You both are indeed correct. Yes, they have worked hard to get to where they are. And yes, they have achieved great things in their careers. And that is what is important here, that the amount of preparation you put into your work determines how successful one can become. Nobody becomes successful through laziness or blind luck. Michael Jordan got up every day at 6 in the morning to go to the gym and work on his outside shooting. Mark Zuckerberg spent hours and hours and hours of computer programming and software development to become who he is today, which is the inventor of Facebook. These three individuals have worked hard at what they do best. But a great man once said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." That man, ladies and gentlemen, turned out to be Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. These words, in my opinion, show the value of what it takes to become great at something. By spending 4 hours sharpening an axe, you are putting in the necessary effort needed in order to become successful. I learned firsthand what this meant this year when I was part of the boys' soccer team. Preparation was necessary for me in order to be an efficient team manager for them. It was an amazing experience to be a part of because they were able to teach me the meaning behind preparation, teamwork, and commitment. Their dedication is why they were able to win league championships. Let's give them a round of applause. My role as the manager was to be a support system for anything and everything that either they or the athletics office needed. On game days, I would report to Mr. Hemmings, Mr. Chosco, and Mr. Winters to find out my tasks for this. Some of those tasks was to always have a filled up water jug for them to keep them hydrated at all times, as well as to have a stat book with me so that I can keep track of their goals and assists, along with their team rosters printed out and the pay vouchers to give to their referees. But throughout the entire season, I had a lingering question stuck in the back of my head. Is the team manager's role important to the team? And does what I do impact it? Believe it or not, for a long time I believed that the answer was no. That you could technically consider me as the errand boy of the team. That you could even say I wasn't part of the team. Now, obviously, I can never tell the athletics office or any of my teammates about this. So I kept it quiet to myself for the duration of the season. But all of the doubts that I had in the back of my head ended for me when I received this. It's a card written by the boys' soccer team. It reads as follows. Dear Anthony, thank you for being supportive at all times, and most importantly, thank you for being a friend. You have always kept it 100 with us. We have never had a manager who works as hard as you and who cares about us as much as you. The first time I read that, I had been blown away. Wow, I hadn't realized the impact that I was making. It felt really good to know that one person can influence many. Now, this same positive impact that I had on them is what I want every single future manager to experience. Which is why for my service learning project, I have created a helpful tool that will better explain the expectations and responsibilities that the manager has. Ladies and gentlemen, this tool comes in the form of a swag bag. Now this swag bag, or goodie bag as most people know it by, contains your entire list of needs in order to be the most efficient manager you can be. While it's only meant for the team manager, it will also indirectly benefit the athletics department by having their team manager prepare for their role before the season even begins. Let me show you a little bit of what's inside. Inside this bag, there will be a first aid kit included, which is crucial in the case that Mr. Lake, Miss Canty, or Miss Elliott are needed in another sport and are unable to attend yours. In addition, there will be a notepad included, which you can use to take notes in different ways. For example, if you are managing basketball or baseball or soccer, you can use the notepad to keep track of your players' stats, from their goal score to their points to their assists, or in baseball, their home runs and strikeouts. Or you can use the notepad as a game plan tool for your coach to make sure that you can win the game for your team. In addition, there will be a USB included, which you can use, which has all of your documents that you will need in order to be an efficient team manager, such as the Gompers varsity roster template, so you can fill out your players' information, along with the contact information log, so that you can keep in touch with your players at any time. But the most important one of all is the manager application, which you will use to fill out explaining the reason why you want to be a manager for your team. Now that you have all the necessary tools needed in order to be an efficient team manager, let's hear from Mr. Hemmings on the type of qualities he's looking for in a manager.
Successful qualities a manager should have. Well, first, a manager should know that they are a student athlete as well. So they need to maintain the 2.5 academic and 3.0 citizenship. That is the first thing that a manager needs to know. The second thing that I would want our managers to encompass would be to take ownership in the team that they're managing. If they're a baseball manager, do the books to the T, make sure everything is on point. If they're a soccer manager, making sure that they have assists and they have penalty kicks and goals. Every little aspect of soccer or the game, they need to make sure that that's accounted for in their stats. So the role of a manager is definitely getting bigger within our athletics department. The manager responsibilities go from anywhere between getting water to posting stories about the games to keeping stats. And I feel that's the showcase of our student athletes is one of the biggest things we do here at GPA, and that all falls on our manager's shoulders. So I feel it's a huge responsibility, and the position of a team manager is definitely getting bigger on our campus. To have a team manager, I feel, is very beneficial to the Office of Athletics and the athletic department. It expedites getting water, it expedites the process of setting up the field. It's like having your own assistant to the team that's still directly linked to the Office of Athletics. So if we had any question about who's playing or rosters or anything like that, we would usually go to the manager. That's kind of like the liaison of the team and the athletics department.
I chose to create this bag to better prepare future managers. I've had conversations with previous managers and wish there had been some better guidance for them along their journey. Izari, a fellow 2016 classmate and last year's volleyball manager, felt unclear of her responsibilities and duties. Alondra, last year's tennis manager, wishes this opportunity had been presented to her so that she could have been able to provide her team with better management. As a result, this bag was created to make sure that this never happens again. By having their team manager prepared, you're not only helping out the athletics department, but also setting the team up for success. Now this season, I learned a lot from the boys soccer team. They showed the hard work and dedication needed in order for a team to be successful. I, as a manager, learned the importance that my role has. Being a manager, managers embrace the administrative responsibilities so that the coaches can focus on coaching and the players can focus on playing. I encourage all up-and-coming high school students to become a manager. Being a manager teaches you real-life skills such as organization and commitment, skills needed in order to be successful in life. If you don't want to be the athlete on the team who wants to still be a part of the team, I encourage you to be their team manager. Because being a team manager is also about being a leader. You will quickly find that every task that gets granted towards you will show the leadership skill inside of you. I can personally guarantee you will not regret this opportunity. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for attending my senior day.